Good morning. Morning, good morning, good morning. Happy New Year, Libby. Set up here. Whoa, that's some live wires. How's everybody doing this morning? Good morning, guys. Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. I'm going to jump in here a little early before Buckeye gets in here. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Everybody. I had coffee with my pops this morning. He's doing all right. He's very sore, and he's moving around very slow. But he told everybody, thank you, thank you, thank you so much for the prayers. Guys, that's what he told me to tell everybody. That's out. Before Buckeye gets in here, I'm going to, what's up, Tiffany? What's up, Libby? What's up, Jackie? When I hear you pick your acoustic, I think about my cousin Timmy. Oh, yeah. Tim Graves is one of my good buddies. He can play a guitar. I'll tell you that. I actually saw him not long ago. I saw him in the dollar store here close to the house, and he's doing good, man. He's walking. That's another miracle I want to tell y'all about, man. Tim Graves, one of my buddies from high school, he shouldn't even be alive. He got hit by a semi truck. I can't get this singing too. But hey, guys, I just want to pop in here. Yeah, he is a walking, talking miracle. You ain't no kidding. I just want to pop in here for a second. I wanted to say, you guys, I needed prayer this week. I'm the one that needed the prayer this week. My dad got hurt. What up, Troy? What up, buddy? There we go. Finally got it. But Buckeye, as far as I know, he's going to join us. I just thought I'd jump in here early. People say I'm no good, crazy as blue. 'Cause I get stoned in the morning, I get drunk in the afternoon. Kinda like my old blue tick hound, I like to lay around in the shade. I ain't got no money, but I dang sure got it made. 'Cause I ain't asked nobody for nothing. If you don't like to pay for a living, you just leave this long hair country boy alone. All right. Yeah, that's a good old song right there. Old Charlie Daniels, man. He was another good one. He was another good old school Christian country music artist, man. And he wasn't like what's going on nowadays. What's up, Attack? What's up, React? Attack? What about Trey? Want to be a banger? Yeah, dude. Yeah, shout out to Trey, man. Shout out to just Trey. I am happy for him, man. Up Church loved his new song he put out, and dude, it is fire. Like it is, he is like going to town on it. Like, dude, sounds really good, gritty, good rap, man. Trey has put in a lot of work. Um, Congrats to Trey, man. Yeah, Buckeye, I'm gonna send you the link right now. I think I already sent it to you, but I copied it. I'm gonna send it to you right now. But yeah, Trey, man, Trey is. Congrats to Trey. He is Upchurch commented on YouTube. Hey, bro, I'm gonna send you a song. I want to do a song with you. So that's big, man. That is big time, and congrats to him, man. Congrats to him. Um, but yeah, I'm sure that dude is pumped. And I messaged him and I was like, bro, did you see this? And he's like, no, I was using the bathroom. Every time I message Trey, he's always using the bathroom. I messaged him and he's like, no, man, I didn't see that. That's crazy. And so, congrats to him, man. Congrats to Trey. All right, Buckeye, give me just a second. Y'all give me just a second. I'm going to send Buckeye the link. All right, I'm back. Good morning, Kelly. Good morning, Kelly. How y'all doing? How you doing, Miss Kelly? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Guys, this week I needed the prayers. There's Buckeye. Hey,
Hey,
there
good
he is.
morning. How's it going?
We were sending out a search party to
Yeah.
Ohio. You're right on time, my friend.
I had to put my headphones on so I can hear something.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Um, no, I'm just kidding. I jumped on a few minutes early. I was just gonna tell everybody about Dad and how he's doing. I had coffee with him this morning. It's the first time I've seen him in a couple days, and he's walking. He's just real. Have you ever seen somebody walking like they're like doing this? You know,
Yeah.
they're like real. He's trying to keep his back straight. You know what I'm saying? He just walked around for a while, drinking some coffee. He didn't really sit down, and I tried to get him to go live with me just for a second, so I could tell everybody thanks. But he's like, I don't like. He's like, that's not my life, son. He's like, I don't want to be on the internet.
I don't blame him. I felt like that for a long time. I'm the
Right.
same way, bro.
He's like,
I mean,
no. He's like, I'm camera shy. He's like, I'm camera shy.
yeah, same here. I never thought I'd ever do it. My wife was shocked. My son, I mean, all of them were shocked I even wanted to do this in the first place.
You there? I think I froze up. He told everybody, thank you for the prayers.
Yeah, you're.
The one there's this week.
Yeah, we're all praying that you get a signal booster for your internet.
Yeah, that's another.
I'm gonna have to drive to Tennessee and just bring one and hook that thing up, man.
Buckeye, if you bring one down here and hook it up, I'll pay you generously
I know
for
I'm
your
coming in
time.
March, but yeah, I was felt pretty bad for you guys last night in it live. I mean, sometimes the signal is worse than others.
It's really weird because they said that whenever it was just one of us, like if it was just me, it was fine. But then whenever Nate was on it, it was either me or him, like the whole time. Was it like
Right.
that, or it was like if I was okay, he was glitching, and then if he was glitching, if he was okay, I was glitching. I need to. When it gets warmer, I'll be closer to the house. You know what I'm saying? I can sit on the back porch,
Right.
but this stupid shed 30, 40, 50 feet away from the house. So
Yeah,
I think that's killing me. But
I'd rather be sitting on my porch than sitting in here. I just love being out there.
yeah,
But
yeah.
I'm glad your dad's doing all right, up moving around. We've been really praying
Oh, yeah,
for
man.
him.
I didn't mean to scare a bunch of people. I think I scared a bunch of people, but when my mom told me, it just sounded way worse than it was, and we didn't know it could have been really bad till we didn't know nothing until we got to the hospital because he couldn't stand up or nothing at first. They had to put him on a stretcher, and so when she told me, she made it sound like a log rolled over on him,
All right.
and so I'm thinking the worst. You know what I'm saying? But he actually fell off of one onto another one and hit his back. Like when he was cutting, the one he was cutting on just flipped. Like there was nothing he could do about it. It just took his legs out from under him. That's the life. That's the life we live. That is the world we live in. You never know. Luckily, God was watching over him, and it was minimal bones on his spinal column or whatever. Like he broke a couple of the small little
Right.
bones that come off of it, but he didn't break like the main spinal column bone. So I mean, how in the world do you do that without God's help? That's how in the world does that happen without? You know what I'm saying?
That's what I've told
And
people.
so he broke.
I mean, I've experienced some things in my life, and that's just it. Unless you experience them, you'll never understand. When you try to tell somebody the story, there's certain
Yeah,
stories I don't really tell too many people about because they think he's nuts. You know, unless he was there, they would just think he was crazy.
right,
But the Lord does watch over his people.
right.
I believe that.
I've had people tell me stories, man. That's just kind of like it's so hard to believe, but and I mean, even some of my own stories, things that I've experienced, it's like you don't want to sound like because we live in a world with.
you don't want to come off as crazy to somebody.
If if you ever go and watch people who've had afterlife experiences, like I'm trying this, and then they came back. It's really crazy what they're saying, and it's really like um, it was so real to them. The things, and there's actually I like to watch those. They're just interesting. I like watching like survival shows and all this stuff. And there was one that I saw where this woman, she said that she had died on like the operating, and she flatlined. Like she could feel her spirit above. She was looking down at the operating room, and she was watching them, trying to bring her back and stuff. And she saw all these things happening, because technically her soul left her body.
Right.
She said that she was kind of in limbo or whatever, and she said that whenever she came back, her husband was talking to her and the doctors and everything. They just thought whatever, like they didn't really believe her. But then she was telling them things that they were saying and things that they were doing while she was flatlined, while she was dead. She was telling them like, "No, you guys were talking about this and you were doing this." And how would she know? You know what I'm saying? Like that's what's crazy about it. It's just remarkable, man, because it's almost too much to comprehend. You know what I
Right.
mean? It's just God and the things of God, the things that we don't know, it's almost too much to comprehend. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And if you was to talk to some people that, I mean, just had negative spirits, negative attitude, I mean, just they
Yeah.
wouldn't believe you. They honestly wouldn't. There's some stories I only talk to certain people about, because I believe they'll get it and they'll
Yeah.
understand it. But yeah, I've been there several times in
Right.
my life where I honestly believe I was gone and the Lord brought me back. You know, I never will
Yeah.
forget that.
I think you told one story and it was pretty crazy. It was pretty wild. Yeah.
I was just a
Mhm.
teenager, and I promised the Lord that I would never do any type of drug again, and it was life changing. You know,
Yeah.
um,
Yep. 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 I don't know, man. It's remarkable. The things like that, man. It's almost like you can, and it's really hard to share stuff like that. It took me a long time to share the story that I shared that one time. It took me a long time to share that because it's just so personal, and it's so. I'm saying? I'm not the kind of person just to get on the internet and just spill my guts. You know what I'm saying? But
right,
I feel I feel it was very important, and that's why. But um, I don't know, man. I mean, you could just feel it. You know what I'm saying?
right.
And I know God had His hand on my dad, and there's just no way about. Here's a crazy thing about it. Where he was cutting the log, it was sitting on something weird, I guess, and huge log. It was bigger around, a 5 6 foot big around the stump of it. Big big branches, right? Like big. I guess you call it tops. So there's Troy. He knows about some tree work. He was talking about the other night. Several big tops, and so the way that he was cutting it, if he wasn't standing on top of it, it would have actually. If he was standing like beside, I guess I froze up. Sorry. But anyway, he said that if directly cutting, he said they didn't expect it, but as soon as he cut it, it just flipped so fast. You know,
Right.
because there's so much weight there, man. When you're dealing with a log 5-6 foot around, it's crazy, you know. But he said because he was actually standing on top of it, it flipped out from under him and he fell to the ground or whatever. So believe it or not, he was standing on the best possible spot. But I told him, I said, "You got to get some more options, bro. You got to saying just you know."
Right.
I don't call my dad bro, but I just, I don't know, man. It just when I walked up, I was expecting the worst, and I saw him just sitting down, and he can move his legs and everything. And this is a man that's logged ever since he was a teenager. Like they quit school because they had a lucrative logging business. Like they were making a killing back in the day. Because back then, like you could buy land and you could log it, then sell the land and the logs, and they were making a killing. And um, in the '80s, '90s, and all that. And I mean, I've seen him. He had cancer. He had cancer when I was a kid. He's had multiple surgeries, doing all kinds of stuff. All right,
Yeah,
this is what
you're freezing
this is
pretty
what
bad.
this is what we're gonna do. All right, outside. We're gonna go sit outside. I'm done with it. That's enough. It's beautiful out here anyway. It's only about. But anyway, he actually had cancer cut out of him, and he didn't even get put to sleep to get the cancer removed. He had a big tumor, a couple of big tumors, and all they did.
Yeah.
You still there, buddy? Okay,
Oh, you're all
sorry.
right.
All right, I'm gonna sit out here. I'm
You
gonna
got
sit
to
out here
do
on the
what you got to
porch.
do.
All they did was they gave him a local. They gave him a local anesthesia, and they cut it out of him. He was awake the whole time.
Man.
That's how tough he is,
Who-
man. And so from going to that and uh, seeing him laying on the ground and he couldn't get up and he was wincing, or scrunching his face in pain, man. That kind of shook me a little bit, because he's so tough.
Yeah, I can imagine, man. I mean, that's a scare to all of you.
Oh man. And didn't you realize for a minute, hey, we're still mortal?
Yeah, I mean, we're fragile.
Yeah.
Life is so fragile sometimes. You, especially
Hey,
when
there's
you.
Kyle. There's Kyle Lee. Hey, Kyle, what's up, buddy? That's one of my buddies. I used to play baseball with him years ago.
Howdy,
Kyle is
Kyle.
awesome, man.
Yeah, go ahead and
Kyle,
read the chat. I can't, like I said, I can't.
yeah, let me read some of these. Kyle is a man of God, man. That guy, he got into MMA and stuff, and he opened his own boxing place. He's really, really good dude. I've known him from a kid, man. Good guy. I ain't never seen him in here before. All right, let's go. Da-da-da-da-da. Let's see. Creeker Carter. Glad to hear he's going to be all right. Someone was watching out for him. Absolutely. Hey, Libby, how you doing, sweetheart? I hope you're doing good. I hope you're maintaining. We've been praying for you. I know you've been through a rough time as well. British Bulldog, what's up, dude? Oh man, Christina Renee, morning all. Hope everyone is doing good. Stopping by to say hello and hope everyone has a happy new year. Yeah, guys, happy new year.
Yeah,
2023 is almost a thing of the past.
same to all of you. What an amazing year it's been too. I mean,
It's been wild.
it
Yeah,
it, it,
it's
it
been.
has for me. I mean, we were talking about it the other night on Ward's channel. Um, just the the amount of people that has come into my life in a year, you know, and it's been life changing. You know, you're like I said, I there's some of you. I've had friends that I've had since I was 10 years old, and I love them. You know, don't get me wrong, but there's some of you guys that I'm closer to and have more in common with. You know,
Yeah.
you know, I'll never take
Yeah.
that for granted.
Unfortunately, family, sometimes they grow apart, or, I don't know. Sometimes, your family is not ideal. You know what I mean? It happens.
Yeah, I know.
And
Christmas Eve, and it was kind of, you know, it's always different when you don't have, you know, like your mom there and stuff like that. But it was
yeah.
just seemed like everybody was just being so negative, you know, and just
Yeah.
frustrated. Like I got this vibe, like, man, I'm gonna go outside and build a bonfire. So that's what I did. I went out there and sat by the bonfire pit with my nephews that were, you know, we were talking about positive things. You know how much their
Right.
life has changed, and you know the our goals and visions and stuff like that. And, man, that's
Oh,
what you
dude,
want to hear around.
positivity.
Right.
Positivity will turn your whole life. Negativity is a disease, man.
Yeah, it is.
It's
And
it
don't
can
get me
ruin
wrong,
you, man.
I love them, but it was like I wanted to go home. You know, I mean, when you got that negative energy, and it's just like, you know, they felt like they didn't even want you to be there in the first place. It's like, well, why did I even come? You know, I mean,
Right.
you
Yeah.
know, just constantly just talking about other people, and you invited
Yeah.
them all here. What are you talking about them? You know, make the best of it. You know, I know it can be nerve wracking. You know, trying to do things, cook, clean, all that stuff, but it was,
I know what you mean, man. Negativity is just one of them things where, if you get around somebody and they're just tearing everything down, like everything is negative, this, man, it just, if you take that on, it just makes you feel bad.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't see how people live with that every day. You know, and they're just constantly wanting that stuff in their life. You know,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, they'll get in some of these, even on you know, YouTube. They'll get in some of these YouTube communities where they're just talking about other people, and they'll go
Yeah.
from channel to channel. You know, just I don't know. I don't understand it. You know, because
Yeah.
me and my son, I wouldn't expect him to, you know, to be in Ord's live, was it Friday night? And I wasn't
Yeah.
expecting that at all. But me and my son was sitting on the porch and just being a creaker creeping, and and he was like, "Who's that?" And I was like, "Place you don't want to be." I was like, "You find out how people are, you know, and it's kind of a good thing they do it because you just learn if you can trust them or not." You know, then I seen that Ords was live, and you know, we had a good time. I didn't think I was going to be on his live all them hours, but man, that's what you want to be around. You want to build each other up. You
Right.
know,
Right. Oh
help
man,
build
it's
each
hard.
other
It's
up.
hard not to be. It's hard not to be around that guy. That guy's just so. He's just fun to be around. He's just funny, and I don't know, man. That's my
Right,
kind of people. Kyle Lee said, just left the ER with my wife. She had pneumonia. Kyle,
man,
man,
Kyle,
I'm sorry. Y'all stay healthy. We'll pray for her. We'll pray for your wife. That's rough stuff right there, man. Pneumonia. We'll pray for her, my man. Great guy. Kyle has a heart, man. Heart of a lion, man of God, right there. Um, Christina, what happened to Chris? So sorry, Christina. Let's see. Libby, I'm doing all right. Currently fighting this flu. Oh yeah, the
oh yeah.
flu, man, is going
Well,
around.
I was getting a little bit of a, I don't know, man. I was started feeling kind of achy, and
Yeah,
man, I never lay down in the middle of the day. I never take any naps, any of those things. But man, it just whipped me, man. Friday, I came home from work. I sat down. I had such a bad headache, and I don't know. I never do that. You know, I mean, it's rare
yeah.
for me to do that. To even,
Well, like month and a half ago, I had it real bad. Like I was, for like 3 or 4 days, like I was just 103 temperature. I couldn't even move, and I got better. I got fine, but I had a little cough, and then all of a sudden, recently, the cold came back. The fever didn't. I feel okay, but the fever didn't come back. Thank goodness. It's just cold, and I don't know, man. This year, I ain't been able to kick the cold, man. Kyle, let's see. Kyle said God is shining through it. Miss those baseball days. Yeah, man. That was one of the things I was actually decent at, baseball. I miss baseball, man. Oh man. React Attack said went to bed at 4:30 a.m. up at 8:30. The grind doesn't stop. Love you
Right.
guys. Love you too, bro. We already talking about you this morning. That's a good
Yeah,
dude right there.
he
Y'all go
is,
check
man.
him out.
That's
Yeah.
why I said, I mean, the last year has brought people like you and Ords and Troy and all these ones in the chat. I couldn't even go
Yeah.
to mention them all. Alan Carter, you know, um,
Yeah.
D. Libby, Christina. I mean, Yo Main Girl. I'm trying to look at. I mean, all of them. Has been so supportive of not only just me, but to you, the community, just going around everywhere showing love. Had one of them say that that they just went around showing love to every member of Creek Squad, and you don't get that everywhere. You know what I mean? You just don't really get that, and
Man,
it's it's amazing, is what it is.
I just want to say, man, that this was, I would go live every now and then. I hadn't been live in a while, but this was kind of your idea, and you hit me with, hey, man, I think people need this, and I was like, you know what? Maybe God's speaking to him. You know what I'm saying? Maybe people do need this, and then lo and behold, you had one person kind of rededicate themselves to God, and then
Right.
we prayed for people,
It was
and
ex-
I needed the
excellent.
prayers, my
Yeah,
dad, and
me too, man. I mean, we that's what it should be about. We should be lifting each other up, building each other up, instead of
yes, sir, yes,
and
sir.
tearing each other down. I mean, I I don't understand that. I mean, I don't really understand just tearing people
Well,
down. I will never be a part of that.
darkness. I mean, it's all a form of anger, and what I'm saying, and there's a lot of that anger and hate and envy, and
Right.
you can point out the negative stuff. Let's see, Kelly's another one that's one of my friends from school, high school.
Yeah.
She's a sweet girl, man. She is transmuting. She said, "In the light is the collective purpose we all have, along with the individual purpose." Let me read that again. That's really cool.
I
That
like
reminds
that.
me of some. That reminds me of something Up Church would say: transmuting darkness into light. In other words, getting rid of the negativity, lifting people up, being there for somebody, supporting somebody, leading them to God. However, you see that ultimately God is the main hope. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
she said, transmuting darkness into light is the collective purpose we all have. We are all here on the earth. We have each other, and along with the individual person, she's right.
Right.
Individual purpose. Right, my purpose right now, my individual purpose right now, is to feed my dogs and to feed my cats. That's what they think. So that's what my
That's funny.
purpose is. Kyle Lee said she got a shot and some meds and she has the flu. Yeah, it's going. It's bad this year, man. I've had it like twice, man. I don't ever get sick. God bless
Yeah.
you, bro. Yeah, appreciate you, Kyle. Yo Main said I'm late. You ain't never late to this live. Oh
They
man.
all wonderful people. Like I keep saying, I don't want to be
Yeah.
repetitive, but I will repeat it. I mean, just wonderful people, for real. I mean, you don't know
I,
how much over the last year that that all of you has helped me.
yeah.
Honestly, and I
Well,
am so humble and grateful for that. I'll never forget it.
absolutely. Well, Buckeye, man, you help us too, bro. You're a guy. You remind me a lot of one of my uncles, and that's a good thing for this specific uncle.
Right.
He's always there, and he's just kind of he's always positive. He's always trying to help you out, and he's just good support, man. He's just somebody you want to be around, somebody you gravitate towards. You know what I mean?
Right.
Ain't nobody in this whole county that don't like him. I've never seen him. I've never seen anybody say a cross word about him. All he does is help people out. I've seen him give a woman one time. He probably wouldn't want me telling this, but I seen him give a woman money, and he helped her save her house one time when he had
Yeah,
extra stuff like that. Man,
right.
that's kind of people we all need to try to be.
Well,
Troy said.
go ahead.
Troy said. Sorry, real quick. Troy said, "Darkness flees from the power of Jesus Christ." Yeah,
Yeah,
100%. The Bible actually, there's a verse that talks about um, demons. They shudder whenever you mention the name Jesus Christ. It actually, the name Jesus actually has power in it. Yeshua, Jesus, whatever you would, you know, in this translation. Yo, man, girl. Amen, Troy. Yeah, it really does, man. And you can get around it when you get around really bad negativity, and you get around some dark situations where you can plainly see there's some weird forces at work. Do me a favor, anybody, bring up Jesus. See what happens. People
right,
will either they'll get upset with you, or they will immediately stop what they're doing, and they will try to uh, go toward it, and they'll say, "Yeah, yeah, you got a good point there." That name, it cuts like a knife in the right way. Whenever you say that name and you start talking about things of God, a lot of times people either scatter because we all want to be. If we're doing things we're not supposed to be doing, we all want to be on our own darkness, right? We don't want to be exposed. And then if we believe, a lot of us.
right. I mean, I've told people that. I ran into a guy one morning, was going through a hard time, and I told him, I said, man, um, before you get up, he had what 3 floors to go up, was by the elevators. And I said, man, I was like, just say his name, just say Jesus' name 3 times before you get up there, you know.
Yeah,
And I saw this guy later, and he said, man, it worked. He's like, by the time I got up there, to start my day, he's like, I was depressed, I was discouraged, you know.
yeah.
He's like, people were wondering what happened to you, It changes you. It really does. And it's easy. It's simple. It's nothing hard. It's a mindset.
It is, man. It really is. And you can, when you start recognizing things, then it kind of clicks. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times, it takes a while to kind of realize, wait a minute, that wasn't just a coincidence.
Right.
That was God. But
Right.
Young Main Girl said, "This is my favorite combo on YouTube I've been a part of. I look forward to this every week." Wow. Okay. Learning about the Lord. Hey, we should talk more. I'm no preacher. I'm no teacher,
Right.
but um, it took me a while. I've done a lot of studying because over the years, when me and my wife got together, she was a totally different religion than I was. And so I did a lot of studying at one point, trying to figure out why this and why that. And I would love to talk more about it sometime, man. Yeah, I'm going to be on Yo Main Girl. Y'all go follow her. I'm going to be on her uh, YouTube channel on the 6th, January 6th. She's asked me to get on there and kind of talk a little bit about the new song and stuff. So I appreciate her for that.
Yeah,
Her
we're
letting me get on her channel.
wanting to she's reached out also. We just want to man,
Yeah,
that's what it should be about, building each other up. It's
right.
I could care less about my channel or what I'm doing. It's building other people up. I mean, I don't look at, like I said, numbers or who's got how many subscribers or views on anything. I've never been that type of a person. It's just about helping my brothers out and my sisters. And I call them that for a reason. You know, and because they've helped me so much. I mean, I don't think some of you realize how much you have helped me. You know, honestly, you guys have, just a comment, just someone liking your stuff,
Right.
leaving you a message, sending you something that you need, you know. And I try to do that with everyone, but when you get it back and it helps you, you really truly appreciate it, and you don't take those people for granted.
Oh yeah, man. When you realize like we're all in this, thing together, and And you don't, I mean, I've heard stories. There was this kid. I remember this one story from a long time ago, and there was this kid. He was just really depressed. He had a bad home life. Whenever he was younger in school and stuff, he got picked on in school, and nobody liked him. And he was just one of them kids that was everybody teased and stuff. And he had decided he was going to kill himself. Um, so he had went home that day after school. He was getting off the bus, and there was another kid that he was walking home with. He was going to kill himself that day when he got home. There was another kid that was walking home too, and they became buddies. And the kid was like, "Hey, I'm going to be nice to him. I'm going to befriend him." So he asked him to come over to his house, and they became friends. Over the years, that was like when he was younger. Over the years, they became friends. And he told the story at graduation. I think he became the valedictorian. He told the story at graduation how, man, I was literally going to kill myself that day. Nobody knew about it.
Right.
He said, I was going to kill myself that day when I got home from school. He said, but so and so in the crowd they befriended me and they were just nice to me for one day. And I decided not to do that just because of that one act of kindness.
Yeah, and that's all it
And he would have,
takes, you know.
yeah.
I mean,
You
honestly,
never know what people are going through, man.
just think, I mean, just like you say, that one act of kindness can help somebody. Well, that one act of cruelty could destroy somebody too, you know. So it works both ways, man. I mean, I don't know how many times I've seen stories of just cyberbullying. I mean, we just had one that um, just here locally where these kids were just cyberbullying somebody on the internet, and
Oh
the
yeah,
young kid took his life. Um,
yeah, it's pitiful.
it's sad, man. It really is, and you got grown adults doing that stuff. You know,
Yeah, man,
shame. You know,
I was always one of those kids where if you bullied me, you better do a good job because I'm gonna come right back at you. I'm gonna bust
right,
that nose. And
right.
I hate to say that.
Yeah, well,
I
it's
hate to
true,
say
man.
that.
I mean, just because you're kind and you're loving to people and you're positive and stuff, don't mean you have to take any crap from people either. You
Right.
know,
Well,
and it's always
I was
funny
just
when people find that out. They're like,
yeah,
it's like you keep poking the bear, you keep throwing rocks at him and keep messing
yeah,
with him when all he's wanting to do is just mind his own business. But then,
right.
when he rises up, they get a little scared and totally wasn't expecting that. But man, we don't have to be
Well,
pushovers just because we believe and just because
right,
we're
right, right.
kind to people, you know.
Well, a lot of people, man, I was just raised. I was lucky to be raised by parents who, they brought me up in a healthy mindset. Like, hey, we want you to take up for people. We want you to help, and we don't want you to fight. But if you have to, if you're getting ran over and bullied, if you need to defend yourself, feel free to. I think a lot of times nowadays, some people are lost, man. They don't have a father figure that can teach them how to take up for themselves and to encourage them positively. And so they take all that stuff that people are telling them and they take it inward and they start believing it about themselves and all that stuff. You know what I mean?
Right.
And they don't have a father or a mother to say, "Look, don't believe that crap." You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people, they don't have that mindset. They don't have that mindset to fight back in a positive way. And it's not their fault. It's not their fault, man. And bullying is one of those things that some people can take it, some people can't. They don't know how to take it. And I've never understood it.
No.
I've never understood um, bullying somebody just to get your kicks. You know what I'm saying? It's always
Right.
been weird to me.
And
It's always been,
just like I see a man girl, I'm able to catch something every once in a while. He said, "What do you guys think about all the troll channels?" And look, I mean, people can
oh, I
do what
see
they
it.
want to do. Um, for some reason, like we were talking about this the other night, I'm kind of glad that they're around because you could go out there and just, you don't have to comment, you don't have to say anything. I'll go out there and
Yeah.
I'll view some of them. I was sitting there with my son, and I was like, "See, this is what people do, and this is who you learn to trust and who not to." You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not going. You get someone sitting there just constantly just bashing people, tearing people down. sitting there just saying all this horrible stuff, you learn not to trust those people. I mean, I don't
Right.
I don't I don't agree with it. I think it's terrible. Um, especially you got grown adults that have nothing better to do, than to get on YouTube and sit there and constantly tear people down. And they'll go from channel to channel and constantly do that. And it's
Yeah.
man, it's a shame. That's why I've tried to teach my kids. I didn't have a dad growing up.
Right.
I didn't have all them things, but I mean, I didn't have a great foundation. You know, but I try to teach my kids. Don't treat people that way.
Right.
These are the people to stay away from. These are the people that don't go around, because all you're
Right.
going to
Right.
do, if you're constantly in that negativity, you're never going to do anything with your life. You know,
Right. Right.
and
No,
I
I
would
think
think
I think you're exactly right. Like, um, so like I think there's definitely a line to where if all of your content is about bashing a certain person, I think it's a like I mean, if your whole channel is built around that, it's kind of like what happens if that person disappears or changes. You know what I'm saying? I don't
well,
think it's super healthy, but at the same time, I think it is perfectly okay to and even in the Bible, it talks about that. It says if there's wolves in the in the church or in the if there's people that's trying to sow discord among everybody, it's okay to say, look, we don't agree with this, we don't like this person, and hey, I'm not going to support it. You know what I'm saying? It's okay to say
right,
that. It is
yeah,
definitely okay to
yeah,
say, it's not okay. It's not okay to say, I hope they go to hell, or I hope this and
no,
that, or I hope,
man, I've
like
never
some
been
people
a
had said,
man,
what
I've
they say
never
about
been about that. You know,
right, right, right. What did they say about cancer? Like they, one person they were making fun of, somebody for having cancer. Just that's crazy to me.
it is.
That's completely,
Talking about someone's dead kid or someone that committed suicide, or talking about
yeah, that's
someone's
insane.
wife, someone's mother. I mean,
Right.
dude, I mean, that the thing about it is, with the internet, you could get by with that. In real life, someone knock your brains out for talking about their mother, talking about
Yeah,
their
yeah, yeah.
wife, talking,
Exactly.
and that's what gets me, man. It's just a bunch of cowardice activity, and I just
Yeah.
won't, I will never be a part of that. You know,
No.
I didn't realize how much of it was going on, but it does. But then again, you learn who you can trust, and who you can be around, when you see that they're part of that, you know, that
Right.
type of thing. And it's easy to get drawn into,
Yeah.
it's almost like dramedy, it's like a drama comedy. Um, Man, but I never comment. I never say anything. There's been times I did, but I've said, "Hey, praying for y'all. Hate to see this happening." I probably
Yeah.
said things I probably shouldn't have done, but I learned. And that's what I'm saying. Going into 2024, I will never be a part of that. I won't get in. I won't comment. I won't like your stuff. You know, you don't like mine. You don't comment on mine. So why should I go in there and like your stuff? I mean, and
Right.
I don't mean to be that way, but you just learn who you can trust
Yeah.
and who you can't. You know,
Well, if you can't find nothing better to talk about than the same thing over and over with
right?
just a cesspool of a person, uh, after a while, it's like at the same time, as far as calling people out in a way of saying, "Hey, I'm not associated with this. Y'all check this out. This is not what I do." It's
Right.
okay. It's okay to tell people who you are and that kind of stuff. But if you can't move past that and create or find something to talk about, if that's your whole life, like there's somebody in the comments, I think it was Libby, who said it becomes obsessive. And let's see, it's gross and obsessive on their end, very unhealthy. Yeah. And so if you're just doing that, all the time, then it becomes it becomes weird to me.
Yeah, it's
Um,
very weird. I mean,
yeah,
I couldn't imagine living out my day going home mad after I got off a live. When I get off
yeah,
these lives, I get off, being around orgs and some of them, man, you feel good about what you've talked about, what you've discussed, trying to build each
right,
other up. I never will forget. just feeling so proud as a parent when my daughter won an award for she was helping this handicapped girl off the bus and carrying her books and to her room and helping her out. And someone noticed it, and she got this award for doing that. Knowing that she stopped and give homeless, someone that was homeless some food, stuff like that. That makes me proud as a
Right.
parent. That makes me know that I've done my job. How would I
Oh
feel?
yeah,
How
man.
would I feel knowing that some kid committed suicide because my son was out there bullying people? You know, I never will forget when
That's
the
terrible. Yeah.
yeah these three boys. I never seen my son so mad, and I said, what's wrong? And he's like, man, they were picking on me. And I said, who? And I opened the door up and I said, you're lucky that I've talked to my son and I have raised him better. Because if I was to
Right.
say go sick him, unleash, he would tear you guys all up. And they
Yeah.
just walked off, man. I mean, they come to find out they apologized to him, you know,
Yeah.
because I've taught him better than that. And he's like, Dad, I wanted to just rip their heads off, And I'll be
Right.
honest with you. I mean, there's times that I have done it. I mean, I've got into it because I was defending somebody or, I just don't
Right.
understand, especially I've dealt with bullies in my time because we moved so much, and some of them has become my best friends. Where we almost got into it. But the cyber bullying, the internet, the being in
Yeah. Yeah.
live for 4, 5, 6, 10 hours. Sometimes I'll go in and look, and it's like this started like 8 hours ago. I was like, so y'all sit around for 8 hours. I was like, I don't have that much time on my hands. You know what I mean?
Right. Right. Exactly.
You know,
If that's all you're doing is staying home on the couch that long, man. Yeah. You
man, I've
you got
never
to
sat
get
on the
busy.
couch that long unless I was sick or something. But
Right. Right.
I've always had a drive about me. I've always worked. Except for
Yeah.
when I ruptured some disc in my back. I think we
Right.
talked about that. The Lord healed me.
And
Because
guys, we're not talking about anybody specifically.
no,
I'm
no,
not
not at
throwing
all.
I'm not
I just
throwing shade at anybody who claims Creek Squad and they're they got their channel and they're doing their thing.
right.
Um, I
Yeah,
love all these guys. We know
we've
we
never
know we
done.
know who spreads the garbage
Yeah.
around. We know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we've never done that. I've never brought up anybody's
No.
name in private or in or online.
Right.
Because I'm just not about that. I will warn somebody, dude. You better watch out for this dude. Dude's as shady as a snake. But
Yeah.
I mean,
The way I see it.
to sit
Sorry to
and talk
interrupt you,
about
buddy.
somebody, to sit and talk to somebody and get on the phone and just constantly bash somebody, man. I've never
Yeah.
been
Yeah.
about that. You
Well, the
know.
way I see it, man, is Creek Squad is Up Church's fans. Creek Squad, and I know we claim, like we claim Creek Squad because we're Up Church's fans, right?
Right. Yeah, I
Like
got a hat on by a fan, by
exactly,
a
and
fan
and the dude,
that drove 5 hours to meet me. He was the first one that I
oh, that's
met
cool.
other than some creekers, that I've seen that wanted a picture by the back of my truck or something like that.
Oh, that's cool.
But
Really?
but for someone to drive that far just to meet us, Troy and
Oh,
his
that's
wife.
cool, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we rented a cabin in Indiana. I don't know who I've told this, but
Oh,
you know,
Troy. Troy. Okay.
yeah,
Yeah. 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 I saw
yeah,
the picture. Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
and yeah, I posted pictures. We hung out. It was a good time. Just next time that
That's
happens,
great.
we're gonna bring some real forks and steak knives because we were trying to. Dude, he stopped by this butcher and he had steaks that were this thick, and
Dude, that's
it was
nice.
it was hilarious. I was looking over at him and I was breaking. I had these plastic forks. It kept snapping and breaking. It
Troy,
was
you can come
hilarious,
visit
man.
me. You can come visit me anytime, bro. Bring your
Right,
steaks.
right. Yeah, it
No
was
kidding.
fun, man.
Yeah, Troy. You can tell Troy's a good dude. Fly below said he's a great guy. He saved my life. Troy did. Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
Hey, I'd like to hear
flies.
that story someday.
Yeah, I think we. You know what? I think we all got stories to tell. It'd be so cool to be able to tell some of these people's stories.
Yeah.
Um,
But the way I see it, man, Creek Squad is essentially, and I was going to make a video talking about this because I want to make sure people know. I don't want anybody to get twisted. When we get on here and we talk about Creek Squad, it's up churches, fans, and I mean it's family, fans and family
Yeah.
and friends. You know, what I'm saying it's up churches people. It's not my people.
Right.
As far as like I, that's up churches people. But I consider myself part of the family. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
so I'm not in any way trying to say, "Hey, thank you, Creek Squad." I'm not trying to take that on at all. It
Right.
as far as it claiming it's mine or I did the viewers or I did the followers. No, man, I'm just happy to be considered part of the family circle, and we support our dude, our buddy Church Up Church. He gave me one of the biggest opportunities of my life, man, and I'm super grateful for it, and I've been a fan, dude. It
Oh
started a
yeah.
long time ago. I've been a fan for a long time. So is Buckeye, and that's where we say, and so to me, being a fan and then being somebody who has a a little bit of a following, and Buckeye's got a good following too. To being somebody who has a little bit of a following that people watch, I feel like we have a responsibility to be good people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
we're showing people what they like. If okay, let's say somebody jumped on my channel, and they're like, "Okay, Creek Squad is up church fans," but they only saw my channel, and I'm on here cussing and yelling, and I'm saying everybody sucks, and this, blah 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 blah, all this negative stuff. Let's say that happens. I feel like I'm doing church and injustice representing. Hey, I'm part of his fan base, whatever. I feel like that's wrong. I
I,
don't,
I
you
I
know,
feel that too because my son was the one that introduced me to the music, and
right.
I mean, I got Creek Squad across my entire tailgate,
That's
and
cool.
I pulled through places. I've had people ask me so many times, what does that mean, you know, um, and I've paid for people's stuff behind me. I don't like to talk about it. I'll pull through a drive-through. And I want them to see that, represent that way, not to get
Right.
on. I told this guy about it, and he got on. He got on YouTube, and he typed in Creek Squad, and the first thing that pulled up was people going after each other. You know,
Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
thought, that is bad, man. That is a bad representation. I mean, I'm not acting like
Right.
I'm anybody, man. I'm nobody. I'm just a fan like anybody else is. But you like you said, you want to represent the best that you know how. You know,
Right, exactly. And especially if they look at my page and they say, "Oh, well, this guy's been over to his house and yada yada yada," but then Drew is on here doing drugs or talking, whatever they.
right,
I want to be somebody that somebody else can watch on my channel and say, "Man, I feel better after watching that dude. Feel good about it. I want to watch Up Church's stuff now, and I want to check out his music, and I want to, what I'm saying, I want to be somebody that affects somebody positively,
right,
and for God, for good, for however to positive. Just let's just get out of
right.
the swamp and come to
Come
the
to the
creek.
creek, right? Yeah, I mean, it's so true, man. I mean, and you know what? I mean, like I said, people will not like you because of that. They won't like you.
Yeah,
You can sense that, dude. I've got an intuition about people. They do not
yeah,
like me at all because I'm not on that bandwagon of hating, you know, doing all these things, but that's all right. I'm cool with that. I don't need everybody to like me, you know what I mean? I want the right
right, right.
people to like you, you know? I mean, I don't want some
Oh
snake in the
yeah.
grass coming over and trying to bite you, I mean, but I just
Well, I learned a long time ago, man. I learned a long time ago, like when you start becoming and finding out who you are, the people who need to be in your life, man, they're going to be there. You can't. And I was the kind of person where I always try to be friends with everybody. I wanted everybody to like me, and
right.
that's just not going to happen. The right
No, that ain't
people
gonna happen.
are going to be, yeah, the right people are going to be there, and the old people are going to fall off. But I don't know, man.
Yeah,
I
and
feel like I'm in a good place in my life right now, man, and I thank God every day for um, just everything that's happened so far. And the other day, The other day, I could have got upset. I could have got down about my dad. I could have said, "Well, why'd you let this happen, God? Why'd you let this happen?" But you know what I said instead? I said, "Thank you so much for letting it not be worse, and thank you so much. This is the first time that he's ever had an accident out
Right.
of 40 years, 50 years of logging. This is the first time. So we have been blessed and lucky. You know, there's always a positive and there's always a negative. You can go toward the positive or you can
Right.
go towards the negative. And that's just the
Right.
way it is in life.
And just because you try to be positive, don't mean that you're not going to have negative things happen to you. You know,
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, you just learn to deal with it better. You know,
Right.
I mean, I've had people say, "Man, I couldn't do that. I couldn't forgive that person. I couldn't just ignore that. I couldn't just keep my mouth shut." Well, you know what? That makes me feel good because I can. You know, that means I'm stronger than what you are. You know, I know I'm not trying to act like I'm stronger than everybody, man. I just know that you could be different. You don't have to always give your opinion. You don't always have to lash out. You know, and like we said, we're not trying to put anybody down that's out there doing that stuff. We're just letting people know that we're not all about that. You know,
Yeah. Right. Right. I
I've
got
had
too many.
people, yeah, I've had people reach out to me and told me, they said, "Man, I was part of that whole troll community," and he's like, man, I just realized it was getting me nowhere. He's like, "I was mad at this person and that person because this one was on this one's channel and this one was on this one's channel." And I'm like, "Man, who
Oh,
cares
yeah. I
about
don't.
all that stuff? That stuff don't affect my life whatsoever, you
I
know?"
stopped watching that a long time ago. And I mean, at first you're like, oh, man, why didn't I get invited to this? And oh, man, why didn't I get it? You know
Yeah.
what, man? I literally, if I like somebody or I like what they're doing, I'll shoot them a message. Hey, bro, let's go live or let's do
Right.
some music or whatever. And if they don't want to do it, they don't want to do it.
Right.
You
Yeah,
know, I can't
I
make
don't
no.
care if I
I
get
learned a while
involved,
back,
you
man.
know?
I can't make nobody like me. I can't make
Right.
nobody be my friend. I can't make nobody turn to God. But I'm going to try to put my positivity out there, and then that's all I can do. You know.
Yeah, I mean, that's all we can do, um, try to pray for people, try to have a platform where people can go that's sick of all that stuff. I've had so many people say, "We're just so tired of all this, we're tired of all the people putting each other down." One person said, I got off the internet and everything because I found that there was nowhere to come, you know. And that's why I'm saying, you come up with it, need to put it on a t-shirt, leave the swamp and come to the creek, because you can
Oh
look
man,
down in the creek and you can see what's going on. A swamp, man, you never know what's going on in a swamp. You
a
know,
swamp is the gutter
there's some,
bottom, man.
yeah, there could be some
Scavengers,
alligators
man.
and crocodiles in there, some snakes to bite you, but a creek, man, you can see what's going on. You know,
Scavengers, man. Oh man, no, oh man, Buckeye, you're one of a kind, bro. I'm thankful for you. I really am.
Yeah, I'm thankful
Sasha
for you
said,
too.
I am too. I'm rough around the edges. Hey, we're all rough around the edges,
Hey,
man.
man, I'm no one perfect. Don't try to act like it. I don't,
We're
man.
all rough.
This is just the way
Yeah.
I am every day of my life. I mean,
I
I don't
try
try to
to,
present myself in some different way.
right. I try to do the best I can. And every day I try to improve. And I'm going to tell you something. I look, now when I was younger, I was well more put together and I had I was clean shaven and I had a nice haircut, boy, and I had it stuck up. And man, I was sharp whenever I was younger. I was muscled up, man. I was about 175 pounds, pure muscle. And guess what? I was probably a worse type of person. Well, I wasn't terrible, but I'm way better than I am now, even though I look
Right,
kind of wild. You know what I'm saying? The outward appearance doesn't have nothing to do with what's in the heart.
right.
So I
No, it
mellowed
don't.
out when I got older. I was a little cocky when I was younger, but man, I'm
Yeah,
telling y'all, man, we're all a little rough. We're all a little rough around the edge. There's always something about ourselves we can improve. You ain't never gonna be perfect. The day you die, you
right.
ain't gonna be perfect.
No,
That's why
there's a
that's why the Lord died, because
well,
he was perfection. The Bible says ain't no sin gonna get into heaven.
right,
Jesus Jesus took that. You are gonna sin to the day you die. Jesus took that and he said, "Hey, I'll be your way in." I'll be the blood.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
actually, hearing Just Trey song, "Not a Perfect Man." I'm
pretty
not a
good, wasn't it?
perfect man. I'm just a rusty truck. You know, just trying to fix myself up. You know, I love that. I,
Right, right.
I actually reacted to it.
He's got good lyrics, man. Dude's got good lyrics. That I don't know if he. It sounds like that he remixed. Uh, what was that Upchurch song? It sounds really similar,
It
which is
does,
cool.
man. Yeah,
Yeah,
and it was "Ballad of a Country Boy."
yeah,
It
that's
kind of
it.
it
Yeah,
kind
yeah,
of
yeah.
sounds like that a little bit, but different.
It does.
But of course, there's bands that I listen to, and that have like they'll have like a Led Zeppelin vibe to them. Then come to find out, Led Zeppelin was their favorite artist. Well, no wonder.
Right.
You're not trying to be like them. You're just your music. You
Yeah.
know, just make
Imitation
it.
is
Yeah,
imitation is one of the highest forms of flattery. Uh, you know, as long as you don't copy what he's like, his lyrics were totally different. His melody was totally different,
right.
and that's
Yeah,
perfectly
it
fine.
was different, but it give you that same vibe.
Yeah,
I
it
caught
did.
that
Yeah.
too. I was like, but
I
you
thought
can.
the
I mean,
video was really good. I don't know who did his video this time, but it was really good. I like
yeah,
the video.
especially when you grew up listening to someone's music. To think about that. I mean, he grew up listening to church's music.
Yeah.
You know
Oh
what I
yeah.
mean?
Oh
I mean,
dude.
I've just discovered it later on in life. I mean, because just a different timing. You know, there's
Yeah,
not a whole lot
guys.
of new music that's out there that's really any good.
Since we're talking about music, I want to say thank y'all so much, man. There's 27 people in here right now, and I just want to say, man, it has blown my mind. If you go to the, and I've changed the thumbnail like 2 or 3 times. I'm just trying to find a good thumbnail, but you guys, man, y'all have blowed up the comments. Now, I half of those comments are probably me answering back and saying, thanks and let's go and stuff. But man, you guys, y'all, I'm so grateful, man. The prayers this week, and I don't even know what to think about this. I never thought this would happen. We got almost 1,000 comments on that video, and it ain't even released yet. We still got. Well, it's going to be, a week. Y'all have blowed up them comments, man. And there's several people that are blowing me at least $50. I might even make it $100. Some of the most comments on my new song, new video. If y'all don't know nothing about it, if anybody's in here and y'all don't know nothing about it, um, I am releasing a song January 7th, 2024, 1:45 p.m. Me and Buckeye, as long as he wants to, we're going to go live next Sunday, and then right afterwards is whenever it will release. I kind of planned it out that way. But
Oh
guys, I'm
yeah,
going to release that, and I'm going to give $50 at least. Maybe I might make it 100. Let me see what my finances are doing. To the person with the most comments, whoever comments the most. I've realized I've talked to people who really promo their stuff. I'm not very good at it, but you guys have shown out for me. I love every single one of you, and I see the comments; they're all crazy and they're going wild. So in my analytics, it already says I've reached thousands of people, and the song ain't even dropped. It already says I'm making money on it. It does. It says I'm making money already, and the
that's
song ain't even
awesome,
dropped,
man.
guys. I don't even know
That,
what to say. I couldn't believe it. Like I told people to, I just thought a few people were going to comment, and everybody was on there just do 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 do. Man, that made my whole last 2 weeks, man. I don't know what to think,
yeah,
and I really
that's
did.
that's what I
I
love
spent a lot of
about this
time.
community. Is
Hey,
people
it's a
help each other.
family.
Yeah, I
It's a
mean,
family, man.
I think they would have done that even if you wouldn't have said, "Hey, I'm giving away anything." I think they would have done it anyhow. Because
Man, I want to pay back. I want to give people who, even if they're just commenting on my stuff, I want to give them something back, or at least an opportunity. I wish I could send everybody $50. You know what I'm saying? I'm just,
right.
but yeah, I'm gonna read the comments probably. They'll probably stop at the end of the 7th, so January 7th. I'm gonna let them go all that day, and I'm gonna read the comments. I don't care if there's 2 or 3,000. Make me read them. Hey, make me get on there and make this illiterate fat country boy read. Okay, I'm gonna count all the comments, I'm gonna count all the
Yeah.
comments up, and I'm gonna see who did the most, and I'm gonna cash app whoever did the most, at least $50, maybe more. So I hope the day of, man, next Sunday it goes crazy, and I've never had a song really kick off on here, man, and it's just gonna be something new for me. But I put a lot of work into it. I actually played all the guitars. Me and my buddy, we sat down, and he helped me build a beat, and I played all the guitars and I played all the instruments and stuff, and I don't know, man. We really spent time trying to make something original, and my wife is singing on it, and
Yeah.
she,
Yeah. You played like you was live one night and you played a little bit of a clip of it, and I
yeah,
was like, wow, I mean,
oh,
talent
she's way
runs
better than
deep in
me,
the
man.
family.
She can sing, man. She can-
I can't do
she
any of
has,
these things, so that's why I have a lot of respect, for anybody. I just love other people's talents, even though that I can't do them. I
yeah.
just appreciate them. Because I can't rap. You know what I mean? I can't sing. I mean, I wouldn't even try. You know what I mean?
Hey, we'll
Um,
get you on a track one day, man.
yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think anybody's going
Come
to
on,
listen to
man.
that, brother.
Come
Nobody wants
on,
to
man.
listen to
Come
that
on.
mess.
Come on, man.
But
You never know.
man, that's the thing about it. Finding out. You know, when subscribe to my channel, I didn't even know that you had a channel. I didn't even know that you made music. You know,
Yeah, yeah. I've
and
been
we weren't
subscribed to
even
you for a long
we
time.
weren't yeah, and we weren't even friends just because this guy makes music, so I'm gonna befriend him. Or anything like that. Then you come to find out Troy makes music. He's got a couple songs out.
Yeah,
React
yeah.
Attack just put one out for his has made other songs, but it's the first time. He it's the first time that he ever had anything produced. So
Right. Yeah.
you know if you everybody can go out and
I
check
want
him out.
everybody to win. I
Yeah,
want
me
everybody
too.
to win. Hey, man, if you are trying to do good stuff and you're trying to lift, give up church and up church's people and his music encouragement, if that's what you're about, come join. Get on the boat, man.
Right,
Somebody said years ago, they said if you got a boat and you're all in it and you're all helping each other out, then you're all going to float. If you try to
right.
go out by yourself and do your own thing, which a lot of people do that, but if you try to do that, it's
Yeah,
going to
I
be
do.
harder. You're going to sink. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Hey, if you and I know, man, almost everybody in here probably comment on my video. If you've helped me out in one way or another, if you go on there right now, right after we get off live, y'all go on there and just blow up the comments again, man. If anybody has helped me out, and I see all the comments, I tried to respond to every one of them. If you've ever helped me out, you better bet you're going to get a message back from me. If you message me on Instagram or anything, you better bet I'm going to tell you thank you. I never forget who helped me out. I do not mind. If I could ever help anybody out in their situations, I don't mind it one bit. Hey,
Right.
I'll return the favor as best I can. And I ain't made of money, so don't be. I can help people out, but I'll give you $50 if you really want the 50. If you need the 50 or 100, y'all comment. But I appreciate it, man. I didn't know what to think of it. I didn't know what to make of it, man. I'm just excited,
Hey, we're
and
excited for you. You know,
yeah, I'm
I'm
excited.
always excited for when I find out that you're somebody, then they're putting out some music. And man, I never will forget one of my best friends. I met him through my neighbor, and we've been to Canada together. We've been to Michigan, fishing all the time, and
Yeah.
just ended up becoming brothers. And here I found out that this guy sang. In a
Oh yeah.
in a he sang. He was in a metal band. And so a bunch of metal bands. Over the years. And I was like, really, man? I was like, let's hear it. He's like, man, I don't like. He's like, I don't think I'm all that great. He's just a humble person. When I heard it,
All right.
I couldn't believe it. I was like, man, you sound like Bruce Dickerson. Ronnie James Dio had a kid. You know, uh,
That's awesome.
and I was like, Yeah, and since then they put out I don't know how many CDs.
Oh
Been in
wow.
recording studios, and he's just an amazing guy. He's a humble dude, and
Yeah,
you don't.
I've met people like that, man.
Yeah,
Being close to Nashville, I was like a lot of people around here play and sing that you would never think about it. There was this one guy who I was probably 22, 23, and like I could play a little bit back then. I'm actually decent now, but I could play a little bit. And I was, I was playing a little bit, singing or whatever, just trying to have fun with it. I was in a couple bands and stuff. And this one dude, we went to a party one night or whatever, and this one dude was like, "Yeah, man, my band's got a show, or I'm playing a little gig down the road or whatever at this one place." He's like, "You should come or whatever." And I just happened to go. I happened to be there like a few days later, and I saw him, and I said, "Oh yeah, you play, man? That's cool." He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "I play a little bit." He's like, "I'm not really." He's like, I haven't been doing it that long," and he's like, "Man, I just have fun with it." So we go right, and it's just this insane show. Like it's like dude walks up and he's just doing this on the fretboard. Everybody, what's going on? Thanks for coming out. He gets on there, mother told me, yes, she told me, I mean girls like just starts going
right.
nut. And like he's rocking, dude. And he's just playing with one hand. And I'm just like, get out of here, bro.
Yeah,
I'm just like, whatever, get out. And it's funny. It's so funny. He was so humble and I'm like, this dude is a rock star, man.
right.
And that's one thing, man. Being in music, especially, and other things. Being in music, though, when you think you're just you know God's gift to music, and you're just the best at everything, and you're just number one, there's always somebody better.
Right. Yeah.
You can't be arrogant. I mean, you can be arrogant, but it's like people see that, they pick up on it. And that's why, to me, like I'm going to be humble. I'm going to let if somebody likes my song "Father Before Him" coming out, if somebody likes it, I'm going to let them say it. I worked
Right.
hard on it. I did my best, and really, to be honest, it's from the heart. You know what I'm saying? People are good. If people like your stuff, they're going to let them tell it.
And
You know what I mean?
we can't wait for it to come out. You know.
Oh yeah, I
And
appreciate.
we're
Yeah,
all happy for you. I mean, no matter what you do. And like I said, I mean, you never know. With a song that it could go viral. I mean, you wouldn't even
oh
think it was
yeah,
that great. I mean, but it's
I
amazing
enjoy
what
music.
sometimes it's amazing what goes viral and what don't. You know
Yeah. Oh yeah.
what
I
gets
enjoy
played and
music, man, and
yeah,
it's a hobby for me. It's something that I've just always kind of done, and I've always just been a guitar player, a bass player, or whatever. But it's something I've always done. So I mean, I don't expect anything, man. But I just have fun. I appreciate everybody. Sorry to promote my stuff, man. We're on here.
hey,
We need to be
you're
on here
good.
talking about positivity, but
This is positivity.
yeah,
you
yeah, I
know
guess so. I'm not trying to.
I hate
I'm
that
not
you're
trying to
sitting
make it
outside.
about me.
I know it's probably colder than what you're letting on. But
It's not as bad. It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be, but the sun's shining on me a little bit, and it ain't too bad. The wind. It's really the wind. Like there's a little
oh
bit of
yeah,
a wind, and
the wind
that's
will
what's kind of
tear you up.
cold. I got a
Yeah.
couple of extra pounds on me. That's helping too. So
Yeah, I've got a heater out back, and it's all enclosed, so I really like that.
yeah, but look what Upchurch did, man. Like he started out doing a bunch of funny videos, just putting funny stuff out there, kind of. And then he didn't get online and he didn't brag and say, I'm going to drop the music. It's going to be the best music ever, blah, blah, blah. He just started putting stuff out, just started putting a couple songs out, and people loved it. Like
Yeah,
they didn't realize, like, holy crap, the dude who was just kind of a funny guy, he had probably, I think Cliffy, I was pretty good friends with Cliffy, and he told me like he had two or 300,000 followers like on Instagram and like Facebook and stuff like that. And then he didn't even start dropping music till afterwards. And he said he didn't expect it. Like people just took it and just ran with it. Like they loved it. You know what I'm saying? Right from the start.
right.
So if people like your stuff, that's enough. I'm not going to get on here and brag and say, yeah, I did this and I knew this and hey, I've been playing music for 20 years and I know how to do something better than this. Ain't no sense in all that stuff, man.
Right.
I'm just amazed that people even want to hear it, man. I love it. I appreciate it, and I hope I did it justice, man. It's kind of dedicated to, which is crazy. My dad hurt himself logging this past week. It's kind of dedicated to my dad and his father, my grandpa. They started a logging business from nowhere, and you know, what's
Yeah.
up, Trey? We were just talking about you, brother.
What
Skins,
up,
what's
Trey?
up?
Yeah, all of you in
Thanks.
here. Like I said, I can't see. Man, my eyes are so bad, and I get bad headaches from seeing any type of bright light. Computer screens drive me nuts. Trying to
Yeah,
squint
yeah,
my eyes looking at something. You know, I sometimes I get tired of explaining to people, and when I do reactions, why I wear sunglasses. I get so sick of that.
yeah.
Why you wear sunglasses? Like, dude, because the lights hurt my eyes. I mean, they can trigger a migraine, and I can have that thing for 4 or 5 days in a row. You know,
Well, who cares if you want to wear them just
that's
because you
what I
look
said.
too cool for school? It don't matter.
Right? Not like I said, too cool for school. I was like, I'm not trying to act like I'm Slash or anything, but it does. I mean, um, and especially when I'm out
Hey,
fishing,
I like my Buckeye with glasses on. I expect it. I love it, and the
man.
cowboy hat. Wear it. Who cares?
Right? Yeah, I've got plenty of them. I wear. I don't know. I've got a
Trey.
freaking. Go
Let's
ahead.
see, Trey. Everybody's saying Trey. I'm sorry, man. I'm so bad at interrupting people. Y'all, I
No,
apologize.
you're fine.
Just Trey in the house, man. Trey, congrats to you, dude. We were talking about you earlier. Yeah, Trey, your ears were ringing.
Yeah,
Let's see here.
I reacted to a song. It's the first song that was been on this channel, and
Oh, that's cool,
I'm
man.
planning on doing more. Man, it's so hard. Man, I sit down and I reacted to 5 songs, and man, I was like, man, I got some time to do it. I'm gonna hit this hard. Reacted to 5 songs. Went back and realized that every single one of them was choppy. I mean, I was
Yeah,
glitching. It was like a bad internet service or something. And so I had to go back and you know I need to go back and redo them. But I did get a chance to react to some. I just need to put them out there, and
yeah, man.
I'll try.
Drop them suckers.
But
I love your reactions, man.
that song, "A Perfect Man," I love it. Man, to be honest with you, I can't stand to go
Good
back and
song.
watch any of my reactions. I can't stand to hear my own voice. I leave out so much stuff that I could have said that
Yeah.
it bothers me.
Oh no, man. When you're in the moment, like I've done that before. I went back and I watched the Upchurch interview, and I was like, gosh, there was several times where I just said, like, I just interrupted him or talked it over him, but I was just so
Right.
excited, and you think about those things afterwards, but in the moment, I was just like, yeah, and I guess I hope he knows I was just pumped, and you think about those things afterwards. But man, Trey said, I'm just checking out all the reactions today. Trey, bro, I said it the other night. I put a little video out about it, man. And after I saw Up Church on Instagram, and he had shouted Trey out about that new song that he was releasing or whatever.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
so I sent him a screenshot, and I
well
was like, "Bro,
well
did you?"
deserved.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
said, "Bro, did you see this?" And he was like, "Holy crap, dude! No, I didn't see this." Blah blah blah. And then I messaged him back later whenever Up Church commented on his whenever the song dropped. He commented and he was like, "Yo, bro, I'm gonna try to send you like a beat in like 3 days." He's like, "I want you to jump on the song with me," and I was like, "What?" Like, yeah, like Trey's been, dude. I know Trey's been, he's been grinding for like a hard year,
Yeah.
wanting to feature with Up Church. I'm pumped for him, man. That's great. I love to
Yeah.
see people who are putting in the work. Putting in the work. Me and Trey went live a while back, man, and we were talking about stuff. And he's putting in the work, and he's working hard. And he's an honest dude,
Yeah,
good
I
guy,
love I
positive,
love his
talented.
attitude. His spirit, he's just like I said, just a humble guy that works hard and deserves it. I mean, he deserves that. And
Right.
man, my like I said, my reaction will never do any of these people's songs any justice. I wish my channel was bigger to where more people would see it. But
Yeah.
it is nice, it is cool because I react to all kinds of stuff. I don't care what anybody says, it's my channel.
Right,
You
right.
know, I love heavy metal music. I love all different types of music. So I'm gonna react to what I want to, you know. But I think it's cool when some of these people that's in other countries will
Yeah,
say that they heard an Upchurch song or they heard a Just Trey song
right.
or one of these independent artists, you know, maybe their stuff will blow up, you know, or get noticed or known, you know.
Well, what's
I think
crazy is, man, is people on here, like there's a few people like British Bulldog. There's some more people. I can't remember. There's that one lady. I can't ever remember her name, but she always comments. And then there's
Misty.
Misty James. Misty
Yeah,
James is one of them. She's from like London, and it's like I didn't even know this.
right. Yeah, you
Yeah,
never know where someone's from, you
it's
know.
really cool, man. It's nuts. It blows my mind that we're just sitting here thousands of miles away, and we're just hanging out with
Yeah.
people who are
Well,
like minded. You know?
it was just like with Ords and Cardiac Kid.
Yeah,
They found out that they were just a half hour away from each other. You know what I mean?
I did
How
that.
cool is that, dude? I mean,
That's really cool.
if I was so close to some of these other ones, you know, I mean, I'd be able to help them out, you know, with their setups, you know, trying to help people out so they can do reactions, you know. And I'm like I said, I would love to see someone, you know, because I have had people reach out to me, you know. One reached out to me and and it was so cool to see their channel just explode, you know.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
surpassed what I was doing because, you know, I just didn't have the time for it, you know. Me working a
right.
full-time job trying to do some reactions and
Well, man, everybody has
uh,
shown me love. Like I'm trying to do my thing with music, and I have some more interviews on the way. And it blows my mind because a lot of people they'll watch the channels and they'll be like, "Oh man, why wasn't that me?" Blah 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 blah. And man, that's not going to get anybody anywhere. I'm
no,
surprised that so many people have jumped on my stuff and they're saying, "Can't wait to do this." And it makes me feel really good that people are taking positive reception to it, man. Because all I'm trying to do, I'm not trying to become rich. I'm not trying to become famous. All I'm trying to do is just, first of all, music is therapy to me. I'm trying to put myself out there online, bro. And I know Trey is the same way. Trey's trying to do something for himself. He's trying to make something out of himself. I'm happy for him. I'm stoked for him. Maybe one day I'll get that message from Upchurch where he'll be like, "Hey, bro, let's do a song together." We've talked about it, and at some point we were gonna, meet up and we were gonna work on some guitar stuff. But I ain't. The dude gave me an interview, and he gave
right.
me 2 hours of his life, bro. Which I still have a lot of deleted scenes from. I might post at one time, but maybe for the year anniversary. But man, that guy right there started me off in a way I could never ask for more. And maybe one day, he'll holler at me. We'll do a song as well. But anybody who's pushing for good, man, Trey has been pushing hard. You're famous to me, Drew. That's my buddy Dustin. My buddy Dustin. I've known him since middle school, man. He actually is the one who helped produce the beat for Father Before Him, and also he played a little bit of a lead part on Father Before Him. So that's my buddy. That's the guy right there who I go to for music, and he is actually, I'm gonna brag on him a little bit, change some topics. He's actually on tour right now. Well, I think the tour just ended with the Lax. You know who the Lax are?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he's touring right now. He was opening up for the Lax. That dude right there he is a heck of a singer, heck of an artist. He's actually got some big projects dropping next year, and y'all need to check him out. Dustin Spears, y'all go subscribe to Dustin Spears. He's one of my buddies. But but yeah, man, I'm pushing for anybody. Hey, if you want to come on here and show love, you'll get love.
Right.
Okay, let's all help each other out, man. If you got a song, if you got a channel, if you like Troy's doing some music. If you got a channel, you got a song. Buck White has said something about music from time to time. Um, if you got a song, you got a channel, man, come on here, send me a message, show me some of your music. I'll subscribe, I'll comment. I don't care, man. It doesn't bother me one bit.
Yeah.
But
I try to follow people back, subscribe to them. You
right,
know, like you said, you know, you show your love, you get love. You know, and especially on Instagram, you get some. I got sick of deleting fake accounts that I let it go, and they just drop off. But when you see a real one, You know, you see that they're this person's followed by Troy or
Right.
you or you get excited, you get happy for that because they're real creekers, real Creek Squad, and you know that they're not fake. But
Right.
there's so many fake accounts and stuff out there that's it's ridiculous, man. I got sick of deleting them. I thought,
Yeah.
what did I
Yeah.
get myself into? But I know
Somebody
better.
messaged me the
I'm
other
not.
day on
Yeah.
Facebook, and they said it was somebody who made a fake up church page, and they messaged me, "Hey, bro, what's up, man? What do you do for a living? Hey, what's your phone number? Blah blah blah." And I'm like, "Oh," I said, "This is a real up church, right?" "Yes, yes." So the real up church has my phone number, so you should know. It's
Right.
stupid,
Right.
stupid fake accounts. Go
Yeah,
ahead, though. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
we get a lot of the fake church up church
Oh,
following stuff. My
it's
son got
ridiculous. Man.
my son got excited, and I was like, "Son, that's fake." I was like, "Don't respond to it. Don't." And he will,
Yeah.
man. He'll get in there and start, you know, just being goofy with them,
Oh
and
yeah.
just getting them going. But I don't even respond to that. For one thing, I don't have time.
No, it's silly, man.
And it
It's
hurts my brain too much. I mean, sometimes you can get a social media overload, and it hurts
yeah.
my brain. Hey, did you
You
see
need
this
to get
video? Did you see this one? And man, you try to keep up with it. I
yeah.
wish I could sit and watch everybody's reactions, everybody's stuff. I wish I could, because these people shown so much love to me. I wished I could go out there, but I can at least go click like, I can at least go comment, you know. But like I said, you don't always see everything. You know, I don't know what's
Man,
up with. Well, I quit calling it YouTube. I started calling it YouLube. You know, because they have screwed me over, man.
it
Especially when
takes.
you take the time to react to a song and put it out there, and then it gets copyrighted, and you're like,
Oh yeah, yeah,
I haven't had that problem yet. Of course, I haven't reacted to a whole lot yet. But
yeah,
my other channel, I mean, it was it that sucked losing that. Because you
yeah.
had
It did, man. You worked hard on that channel. I know.
yeah, and it
That's
was I mean, it was blowing up pretty quick, and you know, and but then again, it
well.
was
We
kind
should
of
do something on your channel, man. We
dude,
should we should
it
do one.
it was
We
a
should do
break.
one on your. We should do one on your channel one morning. Get people over. Get people over there.
Oh no, it's all good, man. I mean, like I said, it was kind of a break anyway because there was people wanting you to react to the same stuff. Hey, I'm waiting for this, I'm waiting for that. And I'm like, man, I ain't got time right now.
Right, right.
And so when it happened, I was discouraged about it, but I just grabbed my fishing poles, threw them in the back of my truck, and I went
Yeah.
fishing. I mean, it was what 9, 10 months before I even did a reaction. So it was no big deal, but you wanted to react to some of these people's music. You wanted to show some of these independent artists, and
Right.
that is, because man, that helps. It really does. It helps, and it's so cool that I had one subscriber that was in Sweden, and he heard
Oh,
an
that's cool.
Upchurch. Yeah, he heard an Upchurch song, and he's like, man, I don't really know what genre to place that in. And I was like,
Yeah.
well, I don't really think that you can place it in any genre. I was like, the guy is pretty much it's his own genre of music, but if I could get them to listen to someone else's stuff. I have one guy said to me, this was so funny, bro. He was like, yeah, you reactors, you go out here and you react to Upchurch and you react to this, but then you'll get on reacting to these other songs. And I was like, where is this guy getting at? I was like, what is it? What does this mean? Because I reacted to a band called Nightwish that a buddy of
Yeah.
mine told me about. And so the next time I reacted to one of them Nightwish songs, I put a Creek Squad shirt on and reacted to it on purpose. So, so,
Oh man.
I really don't care. I mean,
Block out all that noise. I learned early on.
you get sick of explaining yourself to just narrow-minded people. You know,
Yeah, if you're gonna bully me, you'll probably just be bullying air. I don't listen to that crap, man. It goes right up. It goes right over my head, man. I don't even care.
I don't know if you read the comments. Man, I'm
They
trying my
won't keep.
best to even look
They
and
won't
see.
keep the same energy when they see me in person. I promise it.
Oh no, that's what always got me about the keyboard warriors and their internet trolls is there's no way. There is just no way. Can you imagine? I hate to even bring this up. Can you imagine someone like a Johnny Gobble just running up to someone like me? I mean, honestly,
No,
you know, I mean,
nah,
honestly,
man.
I was like, dude, I
That's
mean,
no, no.
you know,
I can't.
of course, he's never said anything about me because I've stayed away from that guy. I mean,
Yeah,
but
it's real
but
easy
man,
to.
I'd feel
It's
sorry for him if he ran up against one of these guys that dude,
oh yeah.
he's done some pretty bad things to these people.
Well, like that's what people don't understand. Like when you start really getting into like talking about people's family and like serious stuff, you know what I mean? When
Oh
you
yeah,
really get into get in deep to where somebody, because people, man, they're going to protect their family, and they're going to take that seriously. Like
yeah,
if anybody ever talked about my mom or my dad and
yeah.
brought my family into it,
Oh yeah, man.
like, dude, I
Um,
would feel that would be a whole nother level. And these people don't realize that it's a small world, smaller than you think.
yeah.
And whenever you get out in public, they think, a lot of people, they think it's all fun and games. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't. It ain't with some people.
Yeah, that's what they got me about the song "Holler Boys." He said I'd be out that screen door, no shirt on.
Oh
That
yeah,
happened, dude. I busted through. I tore it off the hinges with no shirt on after some dude that was cussing at my mom because of something that my brother did. Man,
right.
it didn't work out too good for that guy. You know,
Yeah.
cussing
Well,
at
I
my
mean, if
mom.
if you're bullying somebody, you got to be careful who you got. You
But
better know who you're bullying. I got bullied. There was these guys and gals, and it was close to the place where I live, and they were bullying me or whatever. They were, which I mean, I'm a country dude too. Back then, I was more of a skateboarder. Like I used to skateboard when I was a teenager. 17, 18 years old, and like they didn't understand though. But I mean, I'm a country as they come. I just enjoyed the skateboard, right?
right,
So these two old boys got out of a truck and they were making fun of me or whatever. And two or three of them, I can't. I think there was one in the truck and there was two of them, and they thought that they were going to get a good time. I was just skateboarding by myself in a town, probably about 30 minutes away from where I live. And so they got out of the truck and they thought they were going to, roughhouse me a little bit. And I picked that skateboard up. Dude, they don't understand. Like, here's the thing, man. Like, I'm the nicest guy you'll ever meet. If you want to become friends, we'll be buddies. But if
right,
you want to come at me, we'll be enemies. You know what I'm saying? That's just the way
right.
I'm gonna match your energy. So they got out of the truck, talking smack. You know, well, you. I don't want to say the words, but they were calling me gay or whatever and all this crazy stuff, and I'm just like, one of them said something like, "We ought to come over here and whoop your ass." And I said, "Well, you better make good on it." I said, "I hope you got all your friends with you." And I picked up that skateboard with the trucks, the metal trucks,
Yeah,
and I said, "If you want to skateboard the face," I said, "I'm ready." I said, "Let's go." And they didn't expect it. You know what I'm saying? And they just called me a few choice words and they got in the truck and left. And it's like, hey, I don't want to fight nobody. I ain't interested in it.
right.
I need friends. I love having good friends.
Yeah,
But
but you got to stand up for yourself too. Especially
exactly.
like I said, your family. You know,
Exactly, and some of these people, man, when they meet the people they think are harmless in person, it ain't gonna be what they think. You know what I'm saying?
man,
That's why
I seen it.
I've
I seen
always
it.
tried, and you've always tried too. You've always tried to make your channel or make your stuff that you make your content around positivity. You've always tried to you know, I always try to put myself in a way to where when I see somebody, it's going to be we're going to have a positive interaction. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Even if we don't agree. Hey, I can't think of a time I've talked smack about this person to where they would want to hurt me physically. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never talked about any of these people online.
Yeah.
I've never gotten on a phone and said anything. Um, Man, I just don't have. For one thing, I don't have time for it. You know, honestly, and you know why? Let them do their own thing. We're all entitled to do our own thing. But even though I don't agree with what you're doing, I mean, I'll never be part of it, that's for sure. So don't expect me to come over, thinking I'm going to be over there doing that stuff. Even if someone did something bad to me, I mean, I believe in we're supposed to pray for our enemies. Pray for them that despitefully use you, that do
Right.
all manner of evil against you. And I
Yeah.
mean, I've even watched some situations where I've prayed over things and given I put it in the God's hands instead of putting it to mine because what good would it do me going to jail when I've got a wife and kids to
Right.
take care of,
Right.
But
Well, the funny thing is when you put God in it, He can take two enemies who hate each other, two young bucks bashing their antlers together, and He can make them best buds. And He
right,
can make them be there for each other. When you
yeah,
take God and you put them in it, when you take the devil or you take yourself and you say, I'm going to match this, you say, hey, I'm going to hurt this guy. When you do that, bad things come of it. Now,
yeah,
if you got to do it and you got to defend yourself, then you got to do it.
right,
But, you know what I'm saying? I've always been I was raised right. My dad, I remember there's several situations where, he could have reacted differently and went to, and it could have been real bad. My grandpa, on the other hand, he would shoot at you, man. He was from a different generation. I've seen him. I've heard stories about him,
yeah. I
but
haven't I haven't
you
had to
know,
be that man. I've always man, all of my guns. I've just
yeah,
asked the Lord, don't let me shoot.
no,
I enjoy having these, but please don't never let me have to use it in
yeah,
any bad way other than shooting a target.
man. There's one time I'll tell you real quick, and then I think the sunlight is on the table and it's coming toward me, so it's going to hit me in the eyes here in about 10 minutes. But I'll tell y'all a story real quick. This is crazy, and you think, hey, I'm a tough guy, and I'll shoot you and I'll beat you up, and we listen to rap music, and so you get that tough, gruff about you, and I do, man. I'm a tough guy as far as, hey, I like to think I'm pretty tough old boy, but in a good way. But I was at the group home one night where I worked, and I just went in. This is another crazy story about how God works. I just went in um, to finish some notes. I lived close to it. I just went in to finish some notes on some clients, and I was going to leave. I was only going to be there 30 minutes. So I'd finished my stuff, and I wasn't even on shift. It was a girl on shift. And I was leaving. And I walked out the door, and I hear running through the yard. I don't know why I've never told this story. Running through the yard, I hear a woman yelling, "He's going to kill me. He's going to kill me. He's going to kill me. He's going to kill me." And she had a gun in her hand. She had a 30-06, big
Oh
gun,
wow.
loaded, ready to go, rifle. And it was dark, and so I just looked to it was actually my right. I looked to my right, and she's running through the yard. She's screaming, "He's going to kill me! He's going to kill me!" And there was another man behind her with another gun, and they were having a domestic situation.
Right.
So they were on drugs. They were strung out, and I guess she was paranoid, and they were into it. They were into an argument, and she was running through the yard, and she gets close to me. She kind of trips and stumbles, and I grab her gun from her. And I don't know what's going on. I thought it was some kind of joke at first. I had no idea who it was. They were from another house, like across the street. And so I grabbed the gun, and I'm like, I quickly realized he's coming closer, and I quickly realized that they're into it somehow. So I grabbed the gun, and I tell her if she wants to come inside. I said, "Come inside, hurry up if you want to get inside." And so I take the gun and I go inside, and she stayed outside. And so they're out there arguing and scuffling, and I hear his gun clanging against the door and stuff. And I got everybody in the house. I got them into a certain spot where they were safer. And I took that gun and I raised it up to the door. I was probably about 20, 30 feet away where he was at, and they were out there scuffling. We called 911, and I quickly realized, man, I was standing there and I was shaking like a leaf, man. And I had it cocked ready to go, and I quickly realized, I just said prayer. I said, "Lord, please don't let him come in that door." I quickly realized that violence, like real serious violence like that, because I had the gun up and I said, if he comes in and he's got a gun, ain't no telling what he'll do. They're on drugs. If he comes in and he has a gun, I've got to protect these guys. I got to protect myself. And I said, I'm gonna have to try to shoot him or stop him or tell him to stop or shoot above him or something.
Right.
And that situation went from 0 to 100 real quick, bro. And here's the thing: it's all fun on a rap song, and like you're playing a character and you're saying,
Right.
"Hey, I'm going to defend myself and I'm going to hurt you if you come mess with me." Blah blah blah. And it's true. But at the same time, I learned real quick it ain't all glamorous, man. It ain't all glitz and glamour. I was standing there and I was thinking about I'm going to have to hurt another human being,
Right.
possibly. And dude, it got scary real quick. And I just prayed. I remember praying, Lord, please let him leave, or please let the cops get here because I don't want to. I don't want to think about. Which we had cameras all over the house, so they would have known what was happening. But luckily, man, they just scuffled and they kind of the cops got there and the guy was walking around outside and luckily for whatever reason he didn't come in the house because I think he knew that there was a lot of people inside and he was just focused on her. Luckily she was okay. They just scuffled and the cops got there and they arrested them and I remember thinking to myself, it's fun to be a tough guy, but whenever the situation comes up, you're gonna have to hurt somebody, man. It ain't all fun and games.
Right.
Because I don't want to. And my nature is I'm a big old teddy bear, man. And you know, some of these situations that some people who've never been that they've never been in, they rap about, they don't realize it's not fun to talk about shooting people. It's not fun to talk about killing people. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, I've never got into music where they've talked about that stuff. It just never
Yeah.
was my thing.
Now, if you
To
talk
be
about
honest with you.
defending yourself, that's fine. But anyway, man.
Yeah, I feel kind of bad because we've kind of like just been like ratchet John, like we're just talking to each other. And
All over the place, ain't we?
yeah,
Let's see
and
who's in here. Somebody said Hick Chick was in here. I love that gal, man. She seems like she reminds me of my wife. I think that's don't think anything weird about it. She reminds me of my wife as far as um her comments and her posts and her videos, man. She's like the mama of Creek Squad. She likes to keep everybody in line, man. That's why she seems like a good level-headed person. She cracks me up, man. I think she does some music too, actually. I think
oh
she's
really?
working on some stuff. Yeah, believe it or go. I think there's one on her page. It's really good. But I love seeing everybody, man. I love seeing the Creek Squad family. Everybody trying some music, man.
Right.
Hey, we'll support each other. Y'all have blown up my comment section on that new song, and I love it. And I don't even know what to think of it, man. That hit chick said you don't want to shoot them, but you'd have to. A scary predicament, necessary actions. Yeah, it was one of those things, man. I'll never forget it. And come to find out, it was just they were renting out a house across from where I worked, and they were just having a domestic, and they were on some drugs, and they flipped out, and the woman thought the man was trying to hurt her. And so I guess she was paranoid, what she was on. So she ran across the street trying to get away from him, and they were fighting, and it was real bad. Luckily, for whatever reason, he didn't come in the house. I guess he knew there was people in there, and I don't know, man. See, but God timed it out because the girl that was there, she wouldn't have been able to do that. She was inside and she was doing her work, and she wouldn't have been able to take that gun away from that woman. And luckily, I was walking out right whenever all this was happening. And I was there right whenever it was happening. God put me there so I could grab the gun and I could secure the house, and I was helping. I wasn't even supposed to be there. I was off shift.
Right.
It was like 10 o'clock at night, and I remembered I hadn't finished some of my work, so I went in. It's crazy how God put me in that circumstance. She said, "Yes, I'm here, y'all." Oh man, she cracks me
I
up.
guarantee you she's got a double barrel shotgun under her pillow.
Oh man, I wouldn't mess with that woman. I wouldn't mess with that woman.
Like I said, I don't get to see everybody's content and stuff, but
Yeah,
especially, I mean, I'm pretty sure I was subscribed to her on my old channel, but I just recently resubscribed, and man, I forgot who I wasn't subscribed to and who I was. So
Yeah.
You know.
Kelly Osborne, my good friend, her mom is in here. Denise Osborne. Hi, Drew. I've known her. I've been friends with Kelly and her brother, and I've met their mom. And family reunion, everybody. Westmoreland family reunion.
Yeah,
Sorry, I
yeah.
said the town.
She likes and comments on my stuff, and man, I really appreciate that. I mean,
Y'all go
I haven't
follow
been,
Buckeye.
I
Y'all
haven't
go
been put,
sub to his channel.
I haven't been putting that much stuff out there, but I'm trying to work on that. Especially when the winter time comes. When the summer hits again, man, I don't know. Um, I just want
Yeah.
to be outside. I can't help it.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Like right now, man, if it was 10 degrees higher, it would be perfect out here. I'm a little cold, but I'll be all right. I
Oh, we
love
could
it outside.
shoot. I can
It,
let you go, brother. And it's hard to believe we've been in here an hour and 45, almost an hour and 45 minutes.
we've almost hit our limit. Yeah. Not the hit chick said that hit chick said his timing is wild. Two 9mm locked and loaded, and a gun closet full. Hey, that sounds like a song.
Yeah, it does. It's can you imagine if we got together, we could probably collab and make some pretty good music.
Oh,
I
dude.
I know I could
Yeah.
write some songs. I do know that. You
I
know.
love pulling from other people's experiences too. You know what I'm saying? There's enough experience in Creek Squad and the people who follow church to have song ideas for
Yeah, some of them
centuries,
might
man.
be like a comedy song or something, but you
Oh
know.
yeah. Well, guys, happy 1000th comment. Yeah, Joe Blow is on here. I'm not sure who that is, but
Joe
uh,
Blow.
he has been. Yeah, that's his name on YouTube. He has been commenting the absolute. I think he might win to 50. Y'all need to chase Joe on his comments because he is blowing up the comment section. I see him every day on my song, my new song or whatever. So anyway, guys, I guess man, I appreciate y'all. Creeker Carter's in here. Smash that like. Yep. We're y'all have been supporting man the new song, and y'all been supporting me and Buckeye, and we absolutely love it and cherish it, and we love you guys, man. Hey, next week, this time next week, song drops, man. I'm so excited I can't even hardly see straight. But Buckeye, man, I love you, brother. It's been awesome. Are
I
you?
love
Do
you
you have
too,
anything
man.
else to say to
Not
everybody before we head out? Red eyes in here.
just looking back through 2023, seeing how
Yeah, yeah.
many, amazing people has, just in a year's time has come into my life and helped me out. I mean, I'll never forget that. It was at one of the lowest times of my life, and just when I was broken, my spirits were broken. Y'all's helped me so much, uplift my spirits. And 2024, man, that's us all be about the positive stuff. Stay away from the negative things. I mean, bring bring this whole thing into a different light. You
That's
know,
right.
I mean, we can all do better at things. I know I can. Like I said, I'm not trying to preach at nobody, put them down, anything like that. But you know,
Preach it.
wherever your attention is going to be focused on
Yeah,
is where your life is going to stay. So if you're staying on negative things, being around negative people, you're going to constantly be that way. You know, and man, I'm thankful for every one of you. I really am. You guys have been like family to me. Like I said, I haven't talked to a family member this long. Honestly, I
right. Yeah,
love I
right.
love them and stuff. I've had some of them vent to me that long. I'll sit and listen.
Yeah.
I'll listen to them vent. And without saying anything, without repeating it to anybody. I mean, that's just the way I am. But
Oh yeah.
to sit and talk like we have, like the other night, I was not expecting to be on a live. I thought I'm gonna I'm gonna go in there. I'm gonna make some videos. I didn't know if I was gonna be on React to Text channel until almost, I think it was like 5:30 in the morning.
It's
You know,
crazy.
that's
Yeah.
the longest
Yeah.
I've ever been on anything, but it seemed like a half an hour.
Yeah.
And
Just
everything
goes
that we
by when
talked
you're
about
having
was,
fun with people,
yeah,
good
everything
people.
we
You know.
talked about was everything positive. It was about music. It was about building each other up and stuff. It wasn't, man, we didn't run a live talk. Man, I don't see how people do it. I'll leave it with that. We want to leave it on a negative, on a positive vibe. But
Yeah,
I appreciate y'all. Appreciate you, Drew. You being a friend to me. Um,
man, you've been a
never will.
blessing to me, man. So
You
much.
guys been a blessing to me also. Let's just continue to do it. Let's continue to help each other out. If you need anything, need prayer, need anything, reach out to me. I'm thankful for all of you that have. And man, I just didn't put up the little praying hands emoji. I actually spoke to the Lord about your situation, you know,
Right,
and didn't tell anybody else.
man.
And watch the Lord work and move, and He's amazing. You're
Yeah,
never going to have a friend like the Lord. You're never going to have anybody that you can go to like Him.
yeah,
That's not going to tell anything. It's not going to,
yep.
I've never had anybody like Him. You know, I
You're
appreciate
right.
it more than anybody, honestly. But
Yeah, man. I don't know how to top that, but guys, Buckeye hit every nail on it, on all the head, every nail on the head. He uh he uh he talked about making it a good new year. Yeah, I guess it's a start to a new year. If you know something about yourself that you feel like you need to work on or change, go ahead and start and think about it like this. You get a fresh start to a new year. Look back at 20. When we're sitting here, me and Buckeye, every Sunday on 2025's coming up. We'll look back and we'll reflect and see what we did. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what we did. Guys, we've only been at this every Sunday for what, a month or two, and people have asked for prayer, and we've been trying to help
right,
people out and lift each other up.
and
Man,
like
I
I
can't wait for 2024. What's coming in
yeah,
store, man?
and what amazed me the most is it was, and that's, and I've always known this too. You can watch YouTube videos, see people's lives and everything without having an account because I
Yeah,
did it. But when this guy reached out to me and told me that he was watching us, didn't have a YouTube account, couldn't get into the chat, you know, um, he told me that he hasn't talked to the Lord in 15 years because he was bitter. That
right.
that meant something. That meant, man, I think that was the most important thing that could have,
Oh man, when you told me, I
man, it,
just
that it humbled me, man. I mean, it really did,
right,
and
right,
it's like this is what we should be doing.
exactly, man. When you told me that, I was just like, because I mean, we got on here and we didn't really expect anything out of it. And we were just trying to, hey, we were just trying to be positive and have a good Sunday. You had the idea, and you're like, man, I think people need this, and I just expected, oh yeah, we're just going to have a little live session and just talk to people and enjoy people. And then whenever people are praying for, their family and their people passed away, and then a guy after 15 years, for whatever reason, what we were being used as a tool from God, and it touched him, and he started talking
Right.
to God again. Man, that makes you
Yeah,
think.
and
Holy moly!
he just said, just pray for me because I got some things to work out. And I was like, buddy, we all have things to work out.
Oh yeah,
He
yep,
was bitter, against the Lord because he lost his wife. And
right,
man, it was a pretty good conversation that I had with him, and
yeah.
he's reached out a few other times, and it's just awesome to see. It really is, and that's what
Love
it's
you
all
guys.
about.
So in the future, we're going to try to get better at reading comments, guys. We're going to try to do that.
Yeah,
But I love you guys, man.
we're gonna get
Megan
StreamYard figured
Stone.
out.
Yeah, we're going to get that StreamYard figured out. Everyone have a safe year. Yeah, guys. Hey, this is a new year. Let's start it off. Let's see what we can accomplish, man. I'm going to try to work on some music more, and hopefully, me and Buckeye will be at it at least, if not every Sunday, at least almost every Sunday, or whenever we're healthy, or whatever, man. And you know what, man? This Buckeye, the Lord speaks through Buckeye, man. I'm telling you guys. He
Amen.
messaged me. He messaged me. This was all his idea, and I was like, you know what? I think he's right. And I don't know, man. It's been awesome. This is something special. You can tell, man. Kelly, we love you too, gal. And she said, I love what it's become. Yeah, man, yeah, it's become a place for people to come. And if you need prayer, message Buckeye. He'll relay a couple names to me, and I'll pray for you. And he'll pray for you or whatever. And that's how we've been doing it. But my dad, let's see, somebody said, Red Eye Patriot said, how old is the old man? My dad is 62, and he works like he's 25 years old, and he thinks he's 18 years old. So, uh, and he's doing okay though. I had coffee with him this morning. I tried to get him to come on here and tell everybody thank you, but he's like, tell everybody I said thank you. He's like, I don't want to be on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I never,
but
like I said, I never thought I would either. You know.
yeah, but he's doing better, guys. He's doing. Thank you for the prayers. Thank you for all the prayers. We got lucky, man. I guess it ain't luck. The Lord bless us, and he's gonna be okay, man. He's gonna make a recovery. He's just moving real slow right now. But yeah, thank you for that. That's happened this week. That's been a crazy thing happened this week. We got a new year. We got a song releasing next Sunday. Y'all meet me up here next Sunday, and we'll release us a song. Thank you guys so much for the. I don't even know how to say it, man. I'm blessed beyond measure. Thank y'all so much for commenting on my stuff and blowing up the notifications. Go over there and leave 5 comments today, everybody. You might win $50. But I know Buckeye appreciates y'all. I appreciate y'all. If there's nothing else you do this next year coming up, say, hey, I'm going to say one prayer a day to God. I'm going to pray in Jesus' name, one prayer a day. Just think of a spot in your day where either you're driving to work, you ain't got to close your eyes. It's good to do that. You don't have to. Where you're driving to work, or you have a time right before you go to bed, say a prayer to God. Talk to him. Ask him things. Tell him thank you for um, my health. There's always something to be thankful about. Always
Right.
something to be thankful about. If you can think of one time during the day where you can say, Lord, my life ain't perfect and I'm not perfect, but I'm trying to do better and I need your help. I need your guidance. I want to make you Lord of my life. Show me how you can change me. I guarantee you at some point, he will show you.
Yes, he will.
I've never, I have never had negative things come into my life from inviting God in.
No.
It's always been the opposite. But guys, I don't want to keep y'all any longer. Me and Buckeye, we can out talk.
Yeah,
We can out talk it.
I'm getting hungry. They brought me some food in here, and it's just sitting there.
We can out talk it. Yeah, you better eat, man. We can out talk a call center. So, guys, y'all have a wonderful Sunday. Love you to death. Leave some comments. Win $50. Father before him. Go leave some comments, guys. Buckeye, I'll see you next week, my friend. I hope you're able. I'm going to be able. I'm going to be on here, and I'm going to be talking about the song and wishing everybody
Oh yeah,
happy
I'll
New
be here.
Year. And yeah, anybody, if you have a prayer request, reach out to Buckeye Instagram, follow his page, subscribe to him. He'll send me some names that need prayer, and we'll pray for you guys.
Yeah.
Um, love you. Happy New Year. Hey, y'all stay
Happy
safe
New Year.
tonight. If you're going to be on the road, stay safe. Even if you're not drinking and driving, somebody might be. Be careful. Love you guys. Hope to see every one of you next week.
Catch y'all later. Love y'all.
Catch y'all later. Much love. Hey,
Remember,
hey, 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 real quick. Come out of the swamp and come to the creek. Get
right,
out of the swamp, the gutter, the bottom,
right.
swamp, and come to
The,
the creek,
the swamp
baby.
of negativity, hatred, bitterness, gossip, all of that stuff, and just come to the creek, man. I mean,
Come to the creek, man, where the water flows.
you need to get that. I'm gonna have a shirt made up for you for that.
I don't
That's
know, man.
awesome.
Up church might. I might need to run it by church first. He might.
I don't know how that'd be great.
Get out of the swamp. Come to the creek in 24 and make it
All
happen.
right. Catch y'all
Love you
later.
guys. Next week, let's do it.
I can figure this out.
I can't. Yeah. Oh man, they gave rednecks phones. They gave rednecks high quality phones, and they messed up. Guys, I love y'all, man. Yeah. Ain't Buckeye just a? He's just a good. He's Buckeye's my kind of people, man. He's just a good old dude. Um, like we said earlier, congrats to Trey if he's still in here. Appreciate you guys, Kelly. Me and Kelly's going to work on the song too. Misty, Love from Overseas, Buckeye or Buck White. Sorry, man. Um, appreciate y'all, Sasha. Y'all go check out my buddy Dustin. He's doing big things. He's got a big thing releasing next year in February. So let's go, guys. Come out of the swamp, come to the creek. I'm gonna try this again.